Hello students, welcome to the online lectures of Kids Planet High School. This lecture is for Standard 8, Subject Maths, Chapter Indices and Cube Root. Let us now begin. Students, in the earlier standards, we have learnt about indices and laws of indices. Let's revise them. The product 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 can be expressed as 2 raised to 5, in which 2 is the base, 5 is the index, and 2 raised to 5 is the index form of the number. Laws of indices. If m and n are integers, then a raised to m multiplied by a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. Second one, a raised to m divided by a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. The third law, a multiplied by b the whole raised to m is equal to a raised to m multiplied by b raised to m. And if a raised to 0, then it is equal to 1. Next one, a raised to minus m is equal to 1 upon a raised to m. Next one, a raised to m the whole raised to n is equal to a raised to m multiplied by n, that is a raised to mn. Second last, a upon b the whole raised to m is equal to a raised to m upon b raised to m. And the last law is a upon b the whole raised to minus m is equal to b upon a the whole raised to m. Using laws of indices, write proper number in the following boxes. The answer to the first question will be obtained by using the first law of indices, that is, a raised to m multiplied by a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. Here, 3 represents a, that is the base, and 5 is the index of the first number, and 2 is the index of the second number. So according to that law, we will add 5 and 2, which will give us 7. Therefore, 3 raised to 5 when multiplied by 3 raised to 2 is equal to 3 raised to 7. Let us see the second question. The second law of indices can be applied to the second sum, that is 3 raised to 7 when divided by 3 raised to 9. As the law suggests, if the number with same basis and different indexes are divided, the answer is obtained by subtracting both the index. So, we will minus 7 from 9, which will give us minus 2. Therefore, 3 raised to 7 when divided by 3 raised to 9 is equal to 3 raised to minus 2. In the third sum, we will use the law where there is only one base and 2 index. So, as per the law, we multiply both the index, that is 5 and 4, which will give us 5 4s are 20. Therefore, the answer here is 3 raised to 20. So, similarly, the remaining sums can also be solved using the same laws of indices. Let us study the meaning of the numbers when the index is a rational number of the form 1 upon n. Let us see the meaning of indices in the form of rational numbers such as 1 upon 2, 1 upon 3, 1 upon 5, and so on. To show the square of a number, the index is written as 2, and to show the square root of a number, the index is written as 1 upon 2. For example, square root of 25 is written as root 25 using the radical sign. Using index, it is expressed as 25 raised to 1 upon 2. Therefore, root 25 is equal to 25 raised to 1 upon 2. In general, square of a can be written as a square and square root of a is written as square root of a or root a or a raised to 1 upon 2. Similarly, cube of a is written as a cube and cube root of a is written as cube root of a or a raised to 1 upon 3. For example, 4 cube is equal to 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4, which is equal to 64. Therefore, cube root of 64 can be written as cube root of 64 or 64 raised to 1 upon 3. Note that 64 raised to 1 upon 3 is equal to 4. 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 3 raised to 5 is equal to 243. It can be said that when 3 is multiplied 5 times, it is equal to 3 raised to 5, which is equal to 243. That is, fifth power of 3 is 243. Conversely, fifth root of 243 is expressed as 243 raised to 1 upon 5 or the fifth root of 243. Hence, 243 raised to 1 upon 5 is equal to 3. In general, nth root of a is expressed as a raised to 1 upon n. For example, 128 raised to 1 upon 7 is equal to 7th root of 128. 900 raised to 1 upon 12 is equal to 12th root of 900, etc. Note that if 10 raised to 1 upon x is equal to x, then x raised to 5 is equal to 10. Let us start with our first practice set 3.1. The first question: express the following numbers in index form. Fifth root of 13 is 13 raised to 1 upon 5. The second question: sixth root of 9 is 9 raised to 1 upon 6. And so on. Square root of 256 will be 256 raised to 1 upon 2. Cube root of 17 will be 17 raised to 1 upon 3. The second last sum, 8th root of 100 is 100 raised to 1 upon 8. 7th root of 30 is 30 raised to 1 upon 7. Practice set 3.1. Moving on to the second main question. Write in the form nth root of a in each of the following numbers. Our first question is 81 raised to 1 upon 4. So the nth root will be 4th root of 81. The second question, 49 raised to 1 upon 2, which is square root of 49. The third one, 15th raised to 1 upon 5, is 5th root of 15. The fourth sum, 512 raised to 1 upon 9, which is 9th root of 512. 100 raised to 1 upon 19, that is 19th root of 100. And the last sum, 6 raised to 1 upon 7, which is the 7th root of 6.